Hello and welcome to the Business Spotlight interview series. I'm your host Anu Khanna, and today I'm joined by Chris Ailey, who's owner of Honcho, an award-winning SEO, paid media and digital PR agency. Chris, it's great to have you together with us. Would you like to share about what you do?
Yeah, thanks very much for having me on, Anu. So Honcho, we are a search marketing agency. So essentially we get companies to the top of Google. So we mainly work with sort of established brands, and they normally come to us to help scale their growth online. And the business, like you say, is kind of mainly focuses around three services. So search engine optimization, which is essentially optimizing people's websites, making sure they've got strong technical foundations so that Google can crawl the website efficiently, adding content and user experience to the site so that people stay on the site and find it useful, and digital PR, which is essentially building authority of the website through attracting links to the website. And then on the other side of the business, we do paid media, which is essentially where brands can advertise their products, whether it's an e-commerce product or a service, and that's generally measured on the conversions that they get. So in that form, we sort of help with the strategy and the implementation of the accounts. And yeah, on a month-by-month basis, manage their Google Ads accounts or Bing accounts.
Fantastic. Thank you, Chris. You said you started this company 15 years back and you've grown since then. You've got roughly 35 employees now.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, really well done. What would you attribute your growth to?
Determination, I'd say, would probably be a lot of it. Building a reputation's been a really sort of solid foundation, and a network as well, I guess. So when I first started, I left a big retailer, and from there I built up quite a good network, and that was where my initial customers came from. And then from that, it's about obviously doing a good job, maintaining high quality of work, and then word of mouth came from that. Building my personal brand on LinkedIn has played quite a big part. I think I've got sort of 20,000 plus followers on there now. Ensuring that I'm consistent in posting and keeping a message out there, basically being present. And then obviously, marketing the agency in itself has attributed, a lot of the growth has come from our own marketing, basically.
Fantastic. So you're marketing your own and showing how it should be done.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's the cobbler's shoes, isn't it? So normally you get so busy, servicing your own clients that your own business normally comes last. Yeah. And I think it's an easy trap to fall into, is to neglect your own brand and your own marketing. Yeah. So I think for us, we sort of, after about 10 years, felt like the agency was, there was a lot of new agencies popping up, and we felt like we were just becoming one of the crowd. So we took a big decision back in 2018 to rebrand our agency to Honcho. And we put a lot of investment and time into that, but that's paid dividends because it's kind of makes us stand out now.
Very good. And like you said, there's so many other agencies. How does it stand out? How does Honcho stand out? What is unique about it?
Well, I think positioning is really important, as the branding itself. So a lot of the things we did, for example, we wanted to appeal to e-commerce brands.
Right.
So if you look at our logo, for example, that went through a lot of iterations before we finally got to the name Honcho and the design of it. But, the barcode on our brand, for example, gives that little representation. Another thing we did was we built essentially a shop in the reception of our office with our own line of clothing. And the idea behind that was that if a client was to come to our office for a meeting or for a pitch or whatever, they could basically come through our shop area, choose a product, which we would then fold, professionally and put in a nice sort of boutique style bag, so that when they left, they felt like actually they'd had a little bit of a retail experience and that we lived their world. I think the other thing is, the amount of brands we've worked with and the quality of work, sharing case studies and things like that. Awards play a part as well in terms of building that credibility. Partnerships, so things like we're a Google Premier partner, for example. These little things all sort of build up to build that the foundations and the reputation of your business. So I think, again, it's very easy to just sort of stand still by not pushing yourself out there, essentially.
Fantastic. That definitely stands out, the boutique and having the retail shop.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of people that ask us for t-shirts is, that was definitely a winner. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you said determination and credibility, two reasons you attributed your growth to. What would your advice be to the business owners who are either starting the business new or who want to take it to the next level?
Yeah, well, I think for starting the business, is the toughest thing, isn't it? I think 90% of new businesses sort of fail, startups fail. So, you need a lot of determination in those early days, and you need to build your network, and your big break will probably come from, the least likely source a lot of the time. It will just come out of nowhere, but you've got to be determined and really put your all into it. You've really got to believe in yourself as well. I think if you don't fully believe it's not going to work, then it probably won't. So that's where that determination comes in terms of that confidence in yourself. For anyone looking to scale, I think it's about getting the right people in. It's again, when you're small, you've got no choice really. Your first member of staff will probably be someone junior rather than someone working alongside you. But the sooner you can sort of invest in people that can think alongside you rather than under you, I think is a really important thing. Because again, if you're going back to the beginning, if you're trapped inside the weeds of your business and just doing the day to day, you're not looking forward, you're not going to grow, you're just going to stand still. And the danger of standing still is that you're more likely to lose a customer than you are to win a new customer out of nowhere. So you've got to keep pushing forward really, and to do that, you've got to have the right people around you to allow you to focus on that.
Well said. Right people on the right seats. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Get the right people on the bus. And I think, that's a big lesson that we still learning 15 years later. If getting a wrong person in can have a big impact on not only, the role that they play, but the people around them. And if you haven't got the right people in the right seats, then that's the first thing you need to fix, really. Yeah,
totally couldn't agree more. What are the challenges that you have faced alongside in your journey for last 15 years, or they could still be current challenges?
Well, I think the challenges at the moment are the economy, obviously. So, a lot of agency owners that I've spoken to, I think we're all in the same boat. That things are taking longer to sign off. Obviously, you've got two wars going on at the moment. You've had interest rates going. You've had the cost of living crisis. We've had COVID. So it's been whereas in COVID we saw great growth because obviously the world moved online. But at the moment with the cost of living, things are taking a lot longer to sign off. So you need to have a lot more opportunities to explore and keep planting seeds in places that hopefully will come to fruition. I think a lot of the challenges I've had over 15 years, it is very much a roller coaster ride. It's not smooth sailing. The graph doesn't go up in one swift line. You have ups and downs, and often you learn the most when you're up against it. But also the best time to try and improve is when you're doing well. I've found, I think that's it's easy to get complacent and think that things are going, but they can quickly go downhill again.
Yeah, totally. There come your two words that you mentioned, determination and resilience.
Exactly. Yeah. It's strap in for the ride, basically, if you are starting a business, because very few of them just have that smooth trajectory upwards, don't they?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You mentioned right people in the right seats, having the right employees from the beginning. What qualities do you look for in the employees? How do you foster the right culture and the productive work environment?
Yeah, well, I think personality plays a big part. Having people that think like you and you can get along with is obviously a key thing. I think, again, drive and determination. You don't want someone that is not got ambition to sort of push forward. You want to be able to give people opportunities to grow their own thing, essentially, and make their own mark. You don't want to be micromanaging people. So I think having that sort of drive to succeed and have that ambition, but also that ability to work unsupervised, if you like, and be able to trust them. Because again, the sooner you can just trust people and let them get on with it, so you can focus on your own thing, you've got more chance of growing than you have sitting over someone's shoulder.
Excellent. Is that your magic formula then for growth?
I wouldn't say magic formula, but I mean, getting the right people in, can build the right culture. And again, that's where there will be times where you might hire the wrong person or the wrong personality type or whatever, and that can have a much wider effect on your culture than you'd ever imagine. So I think it's find out as quickly as you can whether they're the right people is probably the best advice. Yeah.
That is a great advice, and our audience who's listening to it, I'm sure will be benefiting a lot. Any other piece of advice before we wrap up, Chris?
No, not really. I think, you know, just maybe on that fact is that, you know, an A player in your business, or, you know, an A player in someone else's business, there might be an A player there, but only a B or C player in yours, I guess. You know, everyone is an A player in their own right environment. But yeah, you've got to find the right people for your culture and your business, I guess.
So the A player for your culture and your business.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
That's the main message, audience. Find your A players for your business that take the business forward.
Yeah.
That was really good, Chris. Thank you very much.
Cool. No worries at all. Cool.
Thank you.